now I'm out here with the moon. Earlier, I was out here in the day with the sun with the light codes because it's sun opposite. The moon and sun is in opposition, so I'm out here sharing the moonlight with y'all, and I'm sitting here by the fireplace. The fire is blazing and popping. Let me go ahead and give y'all a view. Look at that fire. Let me table it a little bit. So I'm in the ambiance right now of the fire under this here buck moon. But I like the moonlight right now, so the moon is piping. Hey, Amanda. Love and light to you. Welcome back. Welcome back. You found me underneath the moon. That's why I'm hanging out right now, underneath the moon. I finished up the workshop a little bit earlier, so I have some time to be out here. And I just said, go live and share this moonlight with you all. Some of the information for those who might have been on the live earlier. I was co-hosting with someone else with Dedicated, so it's hard for me to kind of see some of the comments. But now, Ashe, divine timing. Now that I'm here, you all can see some moonlight, right? So you got the moon right there. That's right. Take that L. Life is a reflection of you. So right back at you. Y'all must think y'all phase me. I got some what you call it, some bots in the room, y'all. Y'all gotta excuse me. I got some bots. The Jesus people bots and things like that on YouTube. I got my YouTube open. And so it be people that just ain't got nothing to do with their life and have no life whatsoever. So they like to throw their bots up in there, like what they say actually matter. Like they be counting on you to be weak. They don't know they messing with the chosen ones, the chosen of the chosen of the chosen few, 144 ascendants. We give not two frig a frack, flick a flack flux about you. So go ahead, bot away. Anyway, let me speak to you all here. So Amanda, happy full moon on the tick of the talk of the cosmic clock. Happy full moon. And I'm gonna give to y'all some of the download and just the full moon activation, like full moon information and what's happening with this full moon. It's a full moon in Aquarius that's in opposition to Leo. So it's definitely activating some stuff. It's activating this is a third wave of the Leo Aquarius axis. For those who are really paying attention, this is that third wave. What do I mean by third waves? There's a chord being struck on the Leo and the Leo Aquarius axis. And so the first one was with the cosmic basket, the 4 planets at 4 degrees that you may hear some people call Barbolt's basket. Did you set out water? Oh, like water for the moon? I haven't done that in a while. Get you some moon water. I thought you was asking if I'm drinking water. I got some drinking water under this moon, so let the moon touch my water right now. Right, so you are real creative. Whoa, you got some time on your hands and you are real creative. You done spelled out nigga. I ain't never seen no ish like that. Literally put in N-I-G, like every comment, a N, a I, a G. Some people really ain't got nothing better to do in their life. No time on their hands, but I'm the loser. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hello from Sweden. We believe in basic human rights. So a standard medical appointment procedure only costs around blah, blah, blah. How about that? Okay. How do you block people? I need to yep, you're very creative. Can you spell ass? Maybe you could spell that. You showing me your spelling skills. Apparently, you passed. Good job. You passed. You can spell. So yeah, they're sickening, right? They are sickening, but this is what I mean, y'all. Desperate energies are doing desperate things right now, and anything to throw you off. And like they say, the enemy wants to kill, steal, destroy. And I like to emphasize right now, steal, because they like to steal your time. They want to waste your time, waste your energy. That's right. Don't waste energy on low vibers. Exactly. That's why I was like, you can spell good. I'm glad you could spell. You can't mess with the chosen few. What they do on the shadows of 3D means nothing to us. And this is anger. All they show is that they're angry. They be angry at us. They see that, they see the light, and it's like they are angry because we're moving on. Like, if you see the video, I don't know if I put it on TikTok, but there's a video, and I'm going to talk about it more, that it's time to write that eulogy. It's time to write that eulogy, and it's time to let them know the funeral has happened. What funeral? The one where the me that you knew on that timeline is dead. I'm dead to you. I'm dead to me on that timeline. That old me is no longer here, no longer existing. For me or even for you, nobody else. They can't access you on that timeline because you've collapsed so much of your timelines. And this is where a lot of us are right now on the ascension time. This is an ascension time. We pivoting right now. We're pivoting, we're shifting to the next dimension, into the fifth dimension, but deeper. We're already in 5D, but now we're going deeper. So this is what I do as an energy alchemist. This is what I do in sharing the information with you all and sharing what services we have that we could offer. Like if you're listening to people and they just loading you up with information, that's shadows of the Aquarian age, the age of the knowing. Yes, information is out here for us to get and give, but if you're just getting information and there's no damn, I'm getting all the weirdest. If you're just getting information and there's no self-actualization, there's no embodiment, right? And this full moon was a full moon at 6 degrees. 6 is that receptive completion, receptive activity, which is the feminine energy, which also represents embodiment by what we are feeling, what we're feeling through the senses, right? Thank you for the follow. And for those of you who are coming through, go ahead and share some of the share. Feel free to share the live, tap the hearts, because when we heart and we engage like that, we help the algorithms light up so that those who are on our timeline can find this frequency, because we in the higher frequencies. When you get into the higher frequencies, the altitudes, we're in higher altitudes, dimensionally speaking. So we're out of their league of the low vibrations. And this is why the veils are thin, right? I've spoken on that before. The reason why the veil is thin, and that I got that download before. It's like, damn, the veils are thin because when you get up, if you notice when you ascend, they be like the air is getting thinner and thinner. So the veil is getting thinner and thinner till there's nothing there, because when we ascend on the ascension time, we get into higher frequencies. We're higher. So it gets thinner. So then there's no veil. We are the ones who are making the veils thin. And that was one of the messages I was getting tonight too. A lot of us, well, earlier today, a lot of people crossing over into 5D don't realize that we are the ones that are helping to push the timelines. It's not, if you're waiting, some people are still waiting on 5D to pop up. Like that fire just went pop, right? Some people are waiting on 5D to just be like, I'm here. You are the 5D that makes the fifth dimension appear for you. When you expand your consciousness beyond 3D into the fourth dimension, then you make it appear. So by us doing our soul work, by us doing our shadow work, which is essentially cleansing the densities, what keeps people in low vibrations are the densities. So when you are clearing the densities, you are quantum leaping and you're shifting in the dimensions of your mind, not a dimension outside of you out there somewhere. The dimensions are in here, in your mind. And I don't mean in your brain, not the brain, the organ, the mind, consciousness. Our universe is mind. When you connect back with source, you connect back into the sea of cosmic consciousness, one mind consciousness. So the mind is consciousness, the universe consciousness. So you're shifting through the dimensions in time, through the dimensions in your mind. You are the keepers of time. And this is why I push time. For those who are aware of me pushing time, I'm just now getting back to regular time. The day out of time dropped me right back in time the day after. So before that, me, my whole family, we were pushing time, right? And for those who know that or may want to know, some of you ask, and pushing time is like where we actually practice for a whole year, a week. It takes us about a week to get through. And every day we go to bed later and later, like an hour or two later and later, until it cycles all the way through back to being on a regular timeline. And every time I do it, we end up like a whole day behind everybody else, right? And so essentially what that is doing is unwinding us out of the Gregorian calendar that has bumped years ahead, has thrown us off the true timeline by putting us 8 years ahead. But guess what? The divine numerology has it where you can still find the true timeline. For those of you who are into numerology, those of you who know about counting the dates, right? Count the dates. If you count the number of the date always has a code. So whatever that date code is, if you follow that, it's going to go 1 through 9, 1 through 9 all the time. That's how I found the infinite number of 9. And 9 is the truth of everything in the numbers. The ninth dimension is the highest dimension. Anything outside of that, not saying you can't go 10, 11, 12. You could keep counting up, but it's really a recycle. So when you get to the ninth dimension, you loop out. It's a spiral. You're supposed to loop out and cycle up and go again. And so the 10th dimension is really the first dimension in the next cycle outside of that infinite 9. Ashe. So Africa is Ashe, Ashe. Welcome in, Africa. Where in Africa are you from? Where in Africa are you from? This is really a bot. I never seen a bot this seriously dedicated in my whole life. Imagine being bullied by a teenager. Man, get out of here. Oh, Africa, don't worry. You don't even got to study that person. That's a bot. Oh, East Africa. Okay. East Africa in the house. If you don't mind sharing. Welcome in, welcome in. Go ahead and tap up the hearts. I'm just sharing this moon energy with you all, this full moon energy, and just kind of discussing what's like where we at. I'm just letting spirit guide, where we at in the dimensions and time. We had just been discussing the dimensions and understanding how we're expanding into the fifth dimension and how we move through the dimensions and time. So this shift, I say all that to say this, that the shift that is happening is us quantum leaping through the dimensions in our mind every time you clear some densities. And the way that you clear densities is the way that you, Jawan Nance, hello, greetings, welcome in. The way that we clear our densities is when we remove wounds and things that no longer serve us, when we release these things that are no longer a vibratory match with us. And I mean everything, people, family, friends, job, whatever it is that no longer serves you. You've been in this rat race, beating a dead horse in the shadows, working for those in the shadows of the third dimension that are harvesting your light and energy to keep funding their false matrix, to keep their false matrix going, right? And this is why we have these alignments and these planetary alignments to help us get on our assignment. Ashe. Random reminder, someone out there is having a better day because you decided to go live today. Never underestimate the good energy you bring. Ashe. Thank you, Joshua. Appreciate it. The love, the divine knows where to drop the love at. Ashe, Ashe. So, somebody said this is too esoteric. I know. I'm very esoteric and metaphysical, but that's because if you want to get the codes, if you want to understand, we got to understand. We got to go within. We got to go real inner, and that's what esoteric is. A lot of the things, a lot of the truths that we're looking for, the secrets are in you. That's why it says the kingdom is in you. What is that kingdom? Everything, the secrets of the universe, the so-called secrets, because it's not really a secret, it's in you. It's just that you have to be willing to go esoteric. You have to go within. Everybody want to do things on the surface level, but you want to understand the divine. Make it make sense. Because the divine is not, I'm not going to say it's not on the surface level, because there's nowhere where the omnipresence is not. But if you really want to understand the divine matrix and the inner workings and your connection to the divine in you, then you got to go within, because that's where the kingdom is. And the kingdom is at hand. Ooh, I like that, because guess what? We was just doing the heart chakra today, and I was explaining to them in the workshop, because we are in a workshop right now, by the way. I do a full moon workshop, and I usually don't do it now, but because I was talking about the ascension time and someone was asking me when the next workshop is, and they jumped right in and was like, I want to do a workshop now. I said, I don't do it till September. But if you want and you want to sign up right now, I'll do it. If you put, go ahead and register, and I'll go ahead and do it, because the divine had put it on me that we need to do it right now. But I'm also in a place where, and some of us are feeling this, some of us chosen ones, I'm also in a place of kind of exhausted, a little exhausted from doing all this information giving and sharing and offering the services that I do. I've been doing the workshop since 2021. I've been doing 5D workshops since 2022. So, and I've been helping a lot of people access their soul codes through these workshops. And it just gets a little exhausting at times, because people be playing. Y'all be playing sometimes out here in these spiritual streets, and this is so real to me. Like, I'm true to this. I'm not this. I'm very true to activating the fifth dimension and time and helping those who really want to know how to access these timelines. And so these are things that I do when people ask me certain questions. If they even, message me and ask me, it's like, get in the workshops. I keep trying. The most you're going to get is getting in a workshop. And I'm not saying that to sell nobody nothing, because I've done many free workshops. I've been doing it since 2021. I didn't even start charging until 2022. And I gave the best of me in 2021. When you just start something, how it be. So when I just started in 2021, it was the juicy stuff. Like, whoever was getting in those workshops, they got it good. 2021, 2022, I was giving so much of me. And then by 2023, it was still evolving. But Spirit was like, no, you gotta charge. Like, you're using so much of your energy. There has to be reciprocity. There's a law of reciprocity. And this is why some of y'all finances won't open up, because there's a law of reciprocity. You have to reciprocate where energy is being given to you, where people spend their time, where people spend their energy. That is their true currency. Your true currency is your energy. Why you think you got to go and clock on somebody's clock? You get paid for the time that you spend with them, and you don't even get paid accordingly. They pimping y'all to come and sit on their clock, and they drain the hell out of you. They get more than just your time. Some of y'all work so hard. I'm hearing she works hard for the money. So hard for it, honey. They work so hard. Right? And so, you know what? I'm about to get you up out of here. I want to get somebody up out of here. Y'all give me a moment, because you playing on my time right now. You playing on my timeline, and you getting on my nerves. Low vibrational entities. Hold on. Let me learn how to be a blocker. That's the thing. I don't practice blocking. I just ignore whatever. Let me see. My doctor friend. Ashe, you got a doctor friend, Rena? Yeah, can you get on the thing? I would have to make you a moderator first. I was gonna say, I got somebody that I need to get blocked up out of here.
Yeah, you would have to
I'd have
Set
to,
me up.
before I do the live, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I already did it. All right, I'll just keep ignoring they bot behind.
Okay.
Cause they really like flooding the thing like with a bunch of stuff. And it's like, get the hell up out of here. Ain't nobody studying you. Ain't nothing you could say that's gonna get to me. But all right then, I was checking.
Okay.
Okay. All right. We just gonna have to sit with this bot over here on YouTube. Um so yeah, you're working and you're spending your energy in these in the false matrix, and they're harvesting your energy. But what I was getting to is there's a law of reciprocity, and some people don't understand that when you open that up, even when you feel like you don't have something, give to what is giving to you. A lot of you don't realize you can amplify your blessings. You can amplify and open the pathways for your abundance to come your way because you're walking in faith and opening up the doors to faith. Like when I think about it, I look at it and I say this all the time. People will spend where they want to spend. People will say they don't have it, but we find it when we want to find it. And whatever the reason is, you'll find it when you want to find it. You may not have it, but then let somebody in the family pass and you got to find this money for the funeral or to get a plane ticket to get to this funeral. Like you will literally kill up yourself to get the funds to go see somebody that's no longer here. This is why Yeshua said, let the dead bury the dead. And that might sound harsh, but it's what it is. It's like you, if you don't have it, but you'll find that to do this, or people that say they don't have it, but find the money for to spend for a birthday party. They'll say they don't have it, but they'll find the money to buy to go to a restaurant and buy something that's like $100 meal and stuff like that. So is it really that you don't have it, or is it priority? And so law of reciprocity says reciprocate. If energy is given to you, see, we sometimes only look at money and we don't look at that people's time and energy is their true currency. That's their money. So when people spend time with you and energy with you, I'm not saying you got to go pay everybody just for sitting with you for 5 minutes and things like that, but where's the reciprocity? Do you spend 5 minutes with them? If they listen to you, do you spend 5 minutes listening to them? Do you reciprocate in their hour of need? Or do you just take, 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 take? We got a lot of takers. Take, 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 take. And when that person needs it, you don't see that that needs to be reciprocated, you know? And when when people are giving, I'm a very firm believer of if someone feeds my soul and feeds my spirit, tithe there. That's true tithing, not getting up and going to a church every Sunday and giving them your money just for nothing. And no, but did you get spiritual feed? Like when I learned this lesson, this was years ago. And even if I popped up and visited a church, if I truly got something, and I wasn't really no church person, but if I truly got a message, there's something in that message that sat with me, I give. And I'm not one of them people that I don't care what you do with the money. That's your business. I give to what gives to me. That's called the law of reciprocity. That's called the law of giving and receiving. And that's why I always had blessings, even when I didn't have nothing. People used to ask me, how you just up and went over? Because stuff would just happen to me. Somebody would pay for something for me. I would just get like, I, I don't look at that lack state of mind, especially now in this time, the level that I'm on right now. You cannot be in the mind state of lack. It breeds fear, the number one block in the root chakra. We have to stay in a mind state of abundance, and that means even if you don't see it, you see it right here. If you don't see it with these two eyes, you see it here. That means through your faith faculty, through your third eye, you know that it's going to produce itself. You don't know how, you don't know when, you don't know where, and you don't obsess about it either. You just know that it's going to be there. And a lot of people are saying, I've been teaching this for a while, and I still watch and see people fall when they get hit with something. You know, we could easily talk about this and it sounds good, but let something happen in your life when you can't see the physical finances the way you want to see it. You fall real quickly into lack and limitation, because then people start saying stuff like, well, we got to have money to live in this world. We got to have money to pay these bills. Says who? Once upon a time, there was no dollar bills being printed, and the world was still living and going. And the people, the indigenous people, were abundant in life. So the question is, do we really need money to survive? Who told you that lie? Who got you believing that lie? That's a program in the false matrix that we find it hard to deny. Who told you that? Who told you to hate yourself, like Malcolm X said? Do we really need money? Like, we really got to stop repeating and regurgitating this information, because word sound power puts that at a level. Word sound power, you make it powerful every time you repeat it. And not only are people repeating it, but you're saying it with true heart vibrations. I've seen, I could tell when people say, I could feel it. You mean that with every fiber of your being. When the shit hit the fans, you could be the most spiritual person in the world. You could be learning all this stuff, but when evidence in the physical reality shows that you don't have the money that you think you should have, or what you say you should have in your bank account or whatever, all of a sudden you drop low into the shadows of 3D on the false matrix, holding that vibration and saying, I need money and life can't go on without money. I need money to pay my bill. You actually saying that with such a hardcore belief in your heart, and you amplify it. Things are amplified in your heart. I don't think people understand that. Things are amplified in your heart. Heart amplification. So whatever you believe in your heart, I don't care what you say out here. I don't care what you do out there. Whatever you say in your heart, whatever you hold in your heart, that's the key. So when you say something that has a certain type of heart vibration, amplification, that's what you make your life, world, and affairs. As a man thinketh, so is he. And that's the truth that's going to be there for you. So you're never going to be able to manifest the way you want as long as you hold that there and you believe in that and you embody that. So when you're ready to elevate and evolve out of that, which is what I've been practicing and doing, and now I'm at the ascension point of that, because I can't be shook. I can't be shook. I don't care if it's not physically there. I'm just going to wait. I'd be like, okay. Because I know the energy that I put out. So even when people don't come to the work, they don't sign up, all of this stuff, I know the energy that I put out. I know the true heart vibrations on my heart. And I know what I do. I know the time and energy that I spend. And I spend a lot in my time and energy. So I sit back and I wait on my universal paycheck. I know, I trust in the universe. I trust in reciprocity. I trust in the law of giving and receiving. That's the strength of my root chakra. A strong root chakra is when you trust in the abundance of the earth. That as a seed of pure potentiality, you're going to get what you need. I trust in the abundance of the earth. I'm going to get me mines. It may look like I don't have nothing right here. I may have to make some sacrifices here or there. I may have to, shift some things around, like how Kevin Hart said, the way my bank account set up, because this card got to go to that and that. Yeah, I may have to do a little bit of that. But you sit and you wait. You have some patience. Maybe the universe is telling you to be still. You're not supposed to have that right now. But people panic because they feel like, oh my God. And you drop your vibrations. You drop into lack and limitation. So I say all that to say, as I was saying, that when we give with faith, when we have the faith faculty, And we give knowing that it don't matter which way it's coming from, it's going to come. Especially when you tithe into when you're receiving something that fulfills your spiritual purpose, that helps to put you on the right track, it opens up the gates for you. Right? And as I said, when I was doing it for free for like 2-3 years, till Spirit was like, nah, you got to get your whole root chakra together. Because my root chakra was an issue, y'all. That my lower chakras, we had issues. My strongest lower chakra was my solar plexus, but the root and the sacral was shot. I'm always mostly in my upper chakras. I'm in the cosmos. I'm always in the cosmos and my crown. I'm definitely my sharpest one is my third eye. Don't play with me in my third eye. You may think I don't know, but I know. People will be around me and they be talking to me and they don't realize how foolish they look, because I'd be like, and I don't make them no wiser. Nope. Because I learned like God never imposes, and I'm like God. I don't impose. I'm going to sit there and watch your whole messed up life around you and just go, I can see your chakras are all out of alignment. And the chakras are your energy centers and doorways to your soul. So it's the doorways to your consciousness. So I could see your whole consciousness when I see your chakras out of alignment. Like, it's clear. How do you know which chakras are blocked the most? Because I have problems in those areas of my life. Like, well, I should say I had, because I've been doing this for since 2021, and I do this full moon work every month. So I'm always working with my chakras. So I've worked, but when I first started it, I realized, my root chakra, my lower chakras, they were jacked up. So I could literally see how people's life is going. Your life, world, and affairs is a big indication. If you have any ailments in your body, that's a big indication. If you tell me right now, if you have any pain in your body, and you tell me right now, I can tell you which chakra is out of alignment. So I'm gonna give y'all an opportunity. Whoever want to do that, I'm gonna get this. It's free. I'm gonna just do it for you. If anybody want to know right now, if you have ailments in any part of your body, and you put it in the chat, I'm gonna tell you which chakra is out of alignment. So I'll wait. Whoever wants to do it, I'm inviting y'all. Go ahead. But that's how I know when your life, world, and affairs is out of alignment, when your body is acting up, then I know that chakra is blocked. Right? Thanks for the heart, DD. Lower back. All right, your lower back is your root chakra and your root chakra and your sacral. So now it depends which part of your lower back. Is it in between the hip bone? If it's in between the hip bone, it's more of the sacral. If it's lower than that, like your tailbone type of that's your root, if it's lower than that. But if it's lower back, like it's right where the hip area is in your lower back, that's your sacral. Right? I've been having pain. What is that? Xiphoid? Let me see. Am I saying that right? Let me know if I said that right. Xiphoid process. It's right in the middle of your chest, between your rib cage. That's your heart chakra. Especially if it's in like the middle of your rib cage. That's your heart chakra. But your solar plexus too. It might be your higher solar plexus into your heart chakra. Because the solar plexus is where your sternum meets at the rib cage. Like kind of like where they pump when they're giving CPR. That's your solar plexus. So if it's like at that part where the rib cage meets, that could be your solar plexus. But if it's in the middle of your chest cave area, that's the heart chakra. Ashe. It's above the hip. Okay, above the hip, a little bit above the hip, that's your sacral. It may be in between your sacral and your solar plexus. Is out of alignment. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce it. For me, I'm going to say like xylophone. So that's why I said xiphoid. I could see the void, but I wasn't sure of the XI, but I'm gonna just assume it's like xylophone, so xiphoid. That's what I was thinking too. Okay. I've never heard of that before either. Xiphoid. Xiphoid. All right. So, yeah, that's how you know if this area is blocked. So that means that there's something that you need to do in that part of your consciousness. Whenever your body, whenever it shows up in your body, that means that your consciousness, whenever it shows up in your body, is chronic in your mind. It has already been showing up in certain areas, but you weren't paying attention. So then the body keeps the score. And eventually, by the time it shows up in your body, that means it's that deep in your mind, if that makes sense. Right? So the consciousness, when the consciousness is that much out of alignment, or something really needs to be worked out, because one time somebody asked me, what about when you're born with certain things, which is a really good question. Some people are born with certain ailments. Now this is a little bit tricky, a little complex, and it's what Dolores Cannon calls the convoluted universe, right? Some may understand it, some may not. When you are born with certain issues, it still comes through the consciousness, but what happens is it's coming from a past life. So you came with the intention in this life to work something out, and it has to show up in the body in that way. So that person, whatever they're born with, that means it shows that there's an area in the consciousness where it was that far out of alignment, even from a past life, that they had to deal with it in this life is the assignment. So it doesn't mean that it's something they necessarily did in this lifetime, but it still has to be worked out and worked through and processed. It's a key indicator off rip. If they're born with it, if people knew these things and understood it, instead of wasting all this time trying to figure out the physical whatever of it, not saying that don't, help or matter either, but spiritually, they can quicken the process. It's like a quicker indication that this is what they have to work on in their life, world, and affairs. It's a good way to read your spiritual chart if people understood that. How did you learn about chakras and their associations to the body? The Book of Life Within. I'm not even gonna lie. There's some things that I read or pick up from other, I would say other people, like maybe even on YouTube, that know some things, but it's like stuff I already knew, but they would confirm it. And some of them have been working in it longer than me, so they had a little bit more of the information, right? One of the people that I put together, that I would say that I can say that helped with my learning of it, is what's her name? Teal Swan. That was at a time where I was really opening up. I always knew energy centers a certain way. I naturally was inclined to it, but the more I started to look into it, then that would come up, and I would watch her things and be like, oh, and then other things I would just kind of read to catch up and reference. But a lot of what I know now of what I'm telling you comes from the Book of Life Within, by me working with the chakras, by me having the workshops. And every time I do the workshops, something else unfolds. Like I was telling someone today in the workshop, in our workshop today, I was showing them how it evolved. There's certain tools and techniques in our workshop that wasn't there in the beginning. Those first 2 years that y'all hear me talking about it, when I was doing it for free, it didn't have what it has now, things that really help you process your emotions. We have an emotion wheel that we use to kind of peel the layers back to get to the core of what the real issue is. I didn't have that in the first one. That developed as time went on, and it evolved, because the more I did this work, the more I did my soul work, I got more downloads. I go into meditation. The Book of Life Within opens, the Akashic records open, and I get all this information as if I read a book. So I'm a firm believer of the Book of Life is within. A lot of times people ask me, where did I learn about the cosmos? Because they would sometimes call me the moon mama, because I would just have this information. And they're like, where did you learn so much about astrology? Self-taught. I just connected. I sit with the earth. I sit outside and I literally be watching the sun. I stargaze, I moon gaze, I sun gaze, and I'm watching the way the sun moves around the sky. And I used to call it conversations with the sun and the moon. And I sit out there and I just be like, okay, all right, and the universe just starts speaking. When what they say, the master with what they say, the student appears. Y'all know the saying, like the master will show up or the teacher will show up when the student appears. So when you allow yourself to be receptive and you tune in, you're saying to the universe, I'm ready. Then the teacher shows up. So that's how I get a lot of my information, even in Kemet. Like when I start talking about Kemet and breaking down certain things, I did it in here and they were like, where can I find that book? And it was like, I can't tell you, I didn't read that nowhere. That's from the Book of Life Within. And when I do meditations and I'm taken back into the pyramids, into Kemet, right? There's some people like myself that when you do the work, you get taken to places. I got taken to that because that's my ancient bloodline. They took me there to show me that this is my ancient bloodline. So deep, deep in my blood, my ancient DNA is in Kemet. And I had an important job in Kemet. That's why they took me into the pyramids. I was one of the, I guess you could say priestess. I don't even know what the exact word of it is, but I was one of the trusted ones that worked in the pyramids, that knew how to read the pyramids, that knew how to read the information and why they put the information in there and everything. I have a headache under this moon and feel like something pulling and tugging on me. Energy is low. Yep. Drink a lot of water, get some rest. And the moon is pulling on you to did you do a moon release? The energy, the moon is speaking to you. That's because this is a very pivotal moon right now. Like this moon is, where you going, moon? Oh, because I see it there. I'm like, oh, it's going behind a tree. This full moon is very pivotal, y'all. While we are we're walking right now in the halls of Amenti. Today has really opened up the 8-8 Lion's Gate. That's what the halls of Amenti is. Kemetically speaking, it's really called the halls of Amenti. And it has to do with Jehudi, the messenger, guiding us through the halls of Amenti, the corridor of mirrors. Right? So this full moon opened that window. And it's from now until the 12th of August. So from full moon to new moon, we are literally walking through the halls of Amenti. We are in the 8-8 Lion's Gate way. And the 8-8 Lion's Gate on that day, that one day, is just a very potent part of it. It's like the peak of it, kind of. But it's not just one day. There is an activity that is happening right now. And see, these are things that a lot of people miss. They don't even know, because even spiritual people, they just get caught on, oh, 8-8 Lion's Gate. Oh, full moon. And you think the full moon is just about one day. It's not. The activity with the full moon, which is why I do the workshop, is 7 days. It's 7 days. We started from 3 days ago. We are 4 days in today and we got 3 more days. The moon is most potent 3 days before and 3 days after. Ashe. I sat with it earlier. Let me see what some of you were saying. Did I miss something? I have a headache. Okay, I saw that one. I did. How did you learn about? Okay, I read that one. Ashe. Oh, okay. You're saying no, Dee Dee, you did not do a full moon release. I would suggest doing it if you can at some point. The moon, your higher energies, your what do I say? Your spiritual team is like calling on you. You're having a headache, and usually a headache means something to do with your third eye or your crown. It could be both, one or the other, but depending on where the headache is, and if it's anywhere in this area right here, it's your third eye. If you're feeling it somewhere in this region here, it's your third eye. And that means it's calling to you because there's something that you're seeing that you're not allowing yourself to see and give it the right just attention. Or there's something that you're not seeing that you should be seeing, if that makes sense. Yes, last night it was weird. It felt like I was being watched from pretty much the entire sky. Ooh, the sky is watching. It sounds weird, but I get it. Peace, love, and light, Tommy. Welcome in, welcome in. Let me see. Love you too. Lots of love and light. Ooh, thank you for the doorway. The doorway star. It looked like a beautiful window star. Let me see if I missed any of the comments here, okay? All right, so what I can suggest, because the universe is calling now, I would suggest definitely doing um, a release. Like, look at what has been coming up for you, right? I'm gonna just give y'all a tidbit, because people don't be wanting to come into the workshop, but I'm gonna bring a little tidbit of the workshop to you. All right, Spirit, do I? Because Spirit be warning me already, like you do too much. And not just because of you, but everybody. It'll be open to everybody, and it's like, look, you be telling them about the workshop, nobody don't be wanting to come in. But what you can do is work with the full moon. Look at what has been coming up for you, right? Everybody has something coming up for them with the full moon, because it's a cosmic spotlight, and it is calling for you to work on these dysfunctions. That's why you get irritated when the full moon comes up. So look at what has been coming up for you, specifically and particularly in these last couple of days, within this last week, and specifically in the last 3 days. What has been coming up for you? Meaning, what has been irritating you, annoying you, whatever's just been really like there in your face. Look at what that is, and then transmute it. That's what we work on in the workshop. We transmute it up to the full moon. We bring it up into the heart on the heart chakra day on the full moon and transmute it. That's why it's a full moon transmutation. Right? So see whatever that is for you, because it wants you to deal with it. Bring it up. This is shadow work. You got to bring it up. You got to find what it is, and you got to face it. Allow yourself to see it, face it, so you can fix it. With whatever it is, write a release about it. Sit with it first, so you can really recognize what it is. So you can recognize what it is, how it is, right? Okay, you're saying you just learned about it. Okay, I see. You learned, so you'll be in the September one. Yes, the next available workshop is going to be September, because I do them quarterly. This is an impromptu one. So Spirit just had me do it for whoever catch it, just jump in, get in where you fit in type of thing. And if you didn't catch this one, we're doing a detox. The detach is also going to help for those who are walking through the halls of Amenti and you're feeling this shift in your soul. The next thing is going to be the detox, the detach, right? And that one I'm not charging for. Like, I'm just I don't have a price. Just whoever, if you want it, just donate. Whatever you want to donate. It could be $1. It could be $2. Whatever you want to donate, just donate, because I believe in just tithing into the cause of whatever it is. You want something to help you, or you're saying yes to the universe and you're aligning, just whatever you donate, right? That's for everybody. Detox or detach, that's the next thing coming up. And right after that, we're doing that all up to the 8/8 Lionsgate. So it's going to be like a 7-day detox or detach from the 2nd, because we close out on this on the 1st. So on the 2nd, we're going to go into the detox or detach. That's going to be 7 days. And on the 8/8, we're going to have a activation transmission meditation that kind of culminates all of what we have been leading up to. And then on the 12th, there's a new moon. So I'm leaving that open to Spirit. I don't know what it is right now, but I may be doing something between the 8/8 up to the new moon. After the 8/8 Lionsgate up to the new moon. That's for those who are elevated. That would be for people who did the detox and came through, did the workshop detox, one or both of them, and did the activation, and now is ready for the next set of instructions. That's for like the next level of elevated people, because that ain't for everybody. That'll be the new moon manifestation that closes out Halls of Amenti. Right? So with that said, so Dee Dee, I'll be looking forward to seeing you in September. So what I was saying that could help you finish helping you out with this, Write whatever's been coming up for you, the full moon, whatever it is, face it, look at it, sit with it, and recognize what is really happening. Like dig real deep. If you was in the workshop, you would see how deep we dig, but you got to dig real deep. Don't take no surface level answer and stop right there. Anything that you ask at least 3 times. Believe what I'm saying, because your ego tends to cover things. Our ego has a tricky way of us not getting the true answer because of the way how it protects us. So we have to ask at least 3 times to really loosen the grip of the ego and get the real answer. It's kind of like we got to side eye ourselves. Like, so if you ask a question, you got to ask, so why does this really bother you? No, but really, why does it really bother you? And you gotta really dig deep so you can get to the root of it. And then you'll see if you really being receptive and allowing, the core, the root of that issue is going to come to you. So anyhow, whatever it is that you get, write that down. Write a full moon release and burn it up in the fire, like this fire right here. Let me share my fire with y'all. Oh, the fire went down. It was big and blazing. It was big and blazing, but I rather, I had put it on the moon for us. So burn it up in the fire, write your release and burn it up and let that go. Right? Don't think that it's over though. This is just a first step. This is you unlocking that door and allowing this to work with you so you can continue to remove it. Right? And that's how you clear the densities, because these are things that are sitting in your auric field and in your consciousness, going and running amok in your consciousness and going unchecked. But right now, the energies are calling on you for a specific thing, and whatever it is, you're not doing it, and that's why you're getting that headache. Right? And today is a heart chakra third eye day at that. So there's some connection with it and the third eye, which is the revelation. We got to reveal to heal, because there's nothing to be healed, only truth to be revealed. All right? So once you do that, at least you're getting a bit of the shadow work done. And then you transcend that under the full moon. It'll be another full moon tomorrow. So if you don't do it tonight, that's fine. Work on it sometime tomorrow or whatever. And then thank you for the heart, for the glitter heart. Whenever you work on it, just transcend it and then just continue to work with it. Bring it up into your upper chakras and release it. Bring it into the higher aspects. So even when you work on it and you release it in the full moon, write a full moon intention. After you did that and you wrote your release, I would suggest listening to a full moon meditation and really sit with that and listen to how you're guided in that, right? Just let spirit guide you to any one of them. And then as you listen to that, listen out for what is going to help you set an intention. And set your intention with this full moon of what it is that you commit to doing right now. Now that you recognize this issue and you're ready to transmute it, and you realize what it is and you want to release it, now you got to commit to accountability. And this is Saturn in retrograde energy right now. Saturn is in retrograde in Aries, and it's saying now, like, do you have accountability? The ability to account for what has been held in your energy and in your field. So what are you committed to doing and having accountability? Is it setting boundaries? Right? That's a big one for a lot of us right now, because we're in the season of discernment. And in order for us to be true in our discernment, we got to set boundaries. It's one thing to see things. It's another thing to set those boundaries. And I'm not saying walls. Notice I'm not saying walls. Walls are not boundaries. Walls keep you locked in, and walls block out your blessings. You can't get the good if you got a wall. So we have to have boundaries within ourselves, accountability and boundaries that says, this can come through, this cannot. This person I can do this with, I can't do that. Have your boundaries. Things that make you compromise truth principles, that's a no-no. Have your boundaries. So what are you going to set forth for you, and that's the intention. And then work with that in the waning moon phase, because right now, remember, we're in the halls of Amenti. So whatever you get, this is why this full moon was so important, why spirit was nudging me to say do an impromptu workshop for those who are ready. Just do it, because they're going to need it. And it's really important because right when you do this, you're going to be in the waning phase between now and the new moon, and you have some time to start working. Don't do anything yet. The waning phase is being still in it and just continuing to listen for instructions about how you're going to go about it, and allow that to just do that through the next, waning phase up to the new moon. After the new moon, then it's time to go, go, go. But after the full moon, it's a no, no, no. Full moon is when you sit. We're in the feminine energy. The waning phase is feminine energy, which is receptive activity. You sit with that. You sit and with the understanding. The moon represents understanding. The sun represents will. And this is what I mean by going out and watching the stars. It's the universe told me that. Because I'll sit out there and who will be leading the day. Y'all look, I don't take my word for it. Check it out. After the full moon, go outside in the morning. And who's going to be leading the day? The moon. The moon is going to be out in the day, and the sun is going to be trailing behind it. And it's going to be like that every day until the new moon. In the waning phase, the moon is leading the day. The moon is ahead of the sun in the day. And I know some of y'all know what I'm talking about, because some of y'all be outside and be like, oh, look, the moon and the sun out at the same time. What a coincidence. It is not a coincidence. It is the divine order of the universe. It happens every time. And I be sitting outside with that moon and that sun having a conversation. And that's when it showed me the moon, when it's in that phase, it's receptive. It is the moon who represents understanding, is leading the day, and the sun, that is will. The will is coming behind the understanding. The will is saying, I'm back here, I'm supporting you, I got you, I'm not doing nothing, I'm just letting you, let me understand. I'm letting the understanding lead. And that says to us, stay and sit in your understanding. This is not the time to do anything. But when the new moon hits, the sun begins to lead the day in the waxing phase. The waxing phase is creative activity. That is masculine energy. After the new moon is the waxing phase, and then it is time to do. This is how we go with the ebb and flow. The stars be talking to us. The universe is telling us there's an order to things. That's why some things don't work out, because some of y'all be doing stuff and being active and want to do things when it's a time to be in understanding. I'm not saying do absolutely nothing, like don't do no house chores or nothing like do your everyday life, get up, do what you got to do. But when it comes to like a lesson that you're getting, let's say you get the lesson for the full moon, oh snap, I need to start doing this. Don't get up trying to implement nothing right away. Sit down. Sat down, be still with the waning phase, and continue to get some insight and instructions. Continue to sit in your understanding. In all you're getting, get understanding. Get more and more and more understanding until it is time to go, go, go. Ashe? I've been working on my transmutation, but I don't know if I'm missing something. It doesn't fully go. Okay, so it would well, I'd have to kind of like know what you're doing to help out with that. But the transmutation this is like what I said in the workshop. We have an actual pyramid transmutation that helps to break it down step by step, working with each chakra from the root going up to the throat chakra, which when we get to the heart is where we really transmute, like today. So the pyramid transmutation really helps you get through it. So I don't know how you're transmuting, but that's why I explained it to you the best way that I can right now on what you can do right now. That's part of it taking what come up for you, whatever that is, that is holding fear-based thoughts and feelings, like facing that and writing it down and then looking at what it is as you're transmuting with the full moon, looking at how it has been affecting your feelings. That's your sacral chakra, right? This is how we work it through the chakras. What are the fear factors of it? How has it been holding fear-based thoughts and feelings in your root chakra? How does it feel? Where are the feelings about this in your sacral chakra? Because our feelings be having us all messed up. We got to get a true understanding, a true perspective by putting our understanding in our feelings. So break it down through your sacral. And the solar plexus is knowing who you are in it. Your I am. How are you shining your light with this? With what you're transmuting. And then you bring it into the heart with love and acceptance. Loving and accepting the fear-based stuff for what it is. Because when you work it through when you're really transmuting, you have a new appreciation for the feelings telling you what it is, because feelings are instructions. So you have a new appreciation for that. You have a new appreciation for your identity body, your solar plexus, because now you know why you needed to see this, why you needed to deal with this. Now you know who you are and what this means to you and your true identity. And then you can love and accept, right? And so I don't know how you're doing your transmutation, but how I explained it, that's how it's going to help you to actually transmute it. We got to break down. It's a whole breakdown process. Ashe? Hey, came to say, hey, hi, love, love, love. I don't know if you still here, Vitamin, but love and light. Thank you. That's BB. Hey. Yes, integrate yourself, Ashe. Yes, it's an integration process. I'm glad I found you. We're welcome. Continue to keep the alignment so you could keep on your assignment. You can stay on your assignment. Ashe. Love. O'Shea. Okay. Love, peace, and power, family. I see you. Thank you for the love. People question seeing both all the time. Yeah, they do. People will see it and be like, oh, what a coincidence. The sun and the moon is out. Like, no, there's an order. Are the actual hands. They're the tick of the tock on the cosmic clock. So just like you would imagine a clock that has hands, tick, 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 tock, that's the sun and the moon. Picture the moon as the minute hand and the sun is like the hour hand. Because the minutes go around faster, the moon go around faster than we go around the sun. So it's like tick, tick, tock, and wherever they are on the cosmic clock, which is the 12 gates. Notice we got 12 hours on the clock. So the 12 gates are the hours on the clock. Are we in the gate of Aries? Are we in the gate of Taurus? Aries is like 1 o'clock. Taurus is like 2 o'clock. It starts at Aries and it goes on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way to 12. Pisces is like 12 o'clock. It's the last hour. So right now, if we look at it like that, where the sun is on Leo, Leo is like 5 o'clock. The shorthand is on the 5, and the long hand, which is the moon, is on 11. So it's like 5:11. Wow, I ain't even thank you. I ain't even really break it down like that before. It's kind of funny. That's why you hear me laughing about it. I'm like, God dang, it's 5:11. On the tick of the tock of the cosmic clock, it's 5:11. It's not 5:11, it's 5:55. Because the long hand is on the 11. What? Okay, I'm coming, TikTok. They want a puzzle match game. When you on here for a certain time, they want you to puzzle match. Are you still here? Puzzle match. You are true, Barack. Ashe, Ashe. Oh, I know. I'm true because I'm in the true timeline. And if you recognizing me, you must be in the true timeline too, or you on your way to it. You must be on, on the ascension path, because it takes one to know one. Only when we are on the frequency will we see. It just got bright over you. Oh, you saw it? Yeah, yep. I be making things happen over here. Like the universe be speaking. Thank you for reminding me to be outside and get personal with the moon. Yeah, we got to get real personal. I think I know where my blockage is now. Thank you so much. I have a tendency to block out my emotion. Oh, that's a sacral chakra. The sacral is all about allowing yourself to feel, y'all. We gotta be vulnerable. The ego don't want us to be vulnerable because it's like, no, don't do it. You gonna get hurt. We gotta be vulnerable and we gotta be willing to allow ourselves to get hurt. We do. It's just simple as that. We can't keep running from hurt and pain. We came here to have a human experience, y'all. Hurt and pain comes with that. And we got to remember that. Just take it. Take the hurt, take the pain, and alchemize that shit. That's why I like being an energy alchemist. I alchemize everything. Like, let's, come on. That's me. Let's quicken this. Let's alchemize it. Let's get the going. And if you're not alchemizing, you're not changing. You're not shifting. The people who are alchemizing, those are the ones who are pushing the timelines and shifting us into the fifth dimension. I know I'm part of it. I'm one of the pioneers and I help pioneer the ascension into the fifth dimension. I've been doing it since 2022. That's why I got the 5D calendar. The 5D calendar is a major tool in helping you return to the true timeline. I'm telling y'all, I cannot make this up. And if you seen what I could do with the sun and the moon right now, imagine what spirit was highlighting to me. The Akashic records that I done tapped into to return us back to the true timeline. Come on. Of course, you know the first month on the calendar is what? Let me see who was paying attention. If I told you a duck could pull a truck, then hook the sucker up. That's a little Martin in me. I love me some Martin. That's Jerome's in the house. Let me see who know that. But anyhow, whoever knows, let me see who is listening. If I was telling y'all that it's like the clock, and I told y'all the cosmic clock, and I told y'all what the hours start with, the first hour would be what on the cosmic clock? That's the first month. Where do I go to look into your workshops? I see that often, but I've never actually knew what it was. Oh, okay. You can just email me. Do you believe that there were actually 13 months? Yeah, it was like when you do the Mayan calendar, I did actually check it. I was like, man, there ain't no 13 months. And I calculated, like on the regular calendar, calculated each day, like after the Galactic New Year, which was on the 26th of July, if you count 28 days for 13 months, there were 13 months for 28 days. And that's what the day out of time is, the 25th, because on the last day, on the 28th day of the 13th month, that's the last day of the Mayan calendar. So the next day is considered a day out of time. That's the one day that is not within the 28 days of the 13 months. And I calculated it and I saw it. I'm going to do it again. Because this was like about a year or two ago. But I did calculate it and saw the 13 months. But I was like, man, ain't no 13 months. But it according to the Mayan calendar, it is. And there's more than one calendar, y'all. We can't get hooked up on this is the one way and the only way. Like Spirit showed me, this not the only calendar, because I'm opening another calendar. I'm creating another one like now. So next year is going to be the first year of that calendar, which is going to be more cosmically infused. It's going to be working with the numbers of the infinite 9 rather than the 7. So rather than 7 days a week, it's going to be 9 days a week. Because that infinite 9 is how I found the true time on the calendar. That's how I found it. So now spirit is saying, okay, now it's time. You gotta create the cosmic calendar. Do you listen to the Last Poets? Never. I can't say I never heard of them. Something about it sounds familiar. I'm not sure, but it's not readily familiar to me off the top of my head. All right, let me see who could answer my question. Where can I get your calendar? Oh, that too. Anything that you all want with me, the workshops, if you want a natal chart reading, which I strongly suggest, if you want to know where you can start with something, at least sign up for a natal chart reading. I'm telling y'all, that's your spiritual blueprint. But I do that too. So anything that you want of the services of what I do or ordering a calendar, you can email me at akilatextry@gmail.com. It's on my page in the bio. I have it right there up front. It's email in all caps. And it's right there, akilatextri@gmail.com. Where can I get your calendar? Okay, I answered that. Yes, I'm so ready to order. Ashe. March, April. Yes, you're right. March. It's actually between March and April. Both of you are right. Because the first hour is Aries. Remember I said that those signs are the actual months. What they call zodiacs and signs, those are the months on the cosmic clock. That's what the sun, remember that's what I was saying. The sun is at 5 o'clock. The 5th month is Leo. So the sun is at 5 o'clock. The moon is in Aquarius. Aquarius is the 11th month. It's 11. It's on the 11. Right? So March is when Aries starts. And it goes into April. So both of you are right. So Dee Dee, you win a prize. God, you win a prize. Right? And you put April with a question mark, like April? Right? And you know what? I kind of like how that played out, because March is technically when it starts, because that's when Aries is. So it goes into April. So technically it doesn't start in April, but the first month goes into April. So it's the first month is March, April. But if we're looking at technically, when does it start? It starts in March. So I even kind of like how that played out. Like it was like March, April question mark. I get it. Right? The first day of spring, Ashe. There you go. You hit it right on the head. The first, and that's what you're going to see on the 5D calendar. You're going to see on the first day, right? It's going to say first day of the year. It's going to say Aries the 1st. And on the 1st, you're going to see spring equinox. The spring equinox is what opens us up to the new year. The true new year is the spring equinox. I can see why it'd be March too. Ashe. You see it. See, y'all know. So when we do calendar time on here, because I said that I need to start sharing the calendar more, because I like to be active with it, because we need to utilize it. It's a tool. It's not just something that you hold up and say, well, you know, here's the day. That's the reason I stopped birthdays. Yep. I don't do birthdays no more either. I don't do no distractions right now, y'all. While we're in the ascension time, and while we're in the 9-month gestation window, since Third Eye Atlas came in March, and April started it. So the 9 months are between, not April, Aries. So 9 months are between Aries and Sagittarius. That's the window we're in. Right now, we're in the 2nd trimester of this gestation phase. What gestation am I talking about? In case you're wondering, that's those of us who are in the gestation phase of this next new earth timeline shift, the ascension time, those who are really carrying us into the next dimensional space of the 5th dimension. The true time reality. That's what we're returning and returning to. So we're really in the gestation phase of that. We're about to really birth that after Sagittarius. Within these 9 months, we're in a sacred space, and that's why we got to keep ourselves sacred. And that's why a lot of us are having a heavy ascension right now, because the universe, whatever you signed up for, if you a star seed, the universe is like jacking you up right now. The universe is saying, get it together. The universe is saying, stop playing. Stop running around here and getting lost in the sauce. Get on your spiritual business. Get to your fifth dimensional station. Remember why you're here. Ashe? How does that work though? You got to check them out. What do you mean? How does that work? So I could, if you can elaborate on that, what would you mean? Please sign up. Yep. Yes, please do sign up. Get your book. Sign up for a natal chart reading. It's really gonna help. If anybody want to join the workshop, I always tell people it's not too late either. It's not, you don't gotta have a 144 no more to get you through the door, because we already like halfway through, and I usually do it for like $33 a day. If you do the whole thing for $33 a day, it'll be like 200 and something dollars. So I just dropped it to 144 total for the whole week. But if you come in like now, it's even less than that. Like the last 3 days will be $99. That's 33 per day. 33 times 3, it's 99. So you don't even have to have the 144. If you come in the last 2 days, it's 66. And if you come in on the last day, it's just $33. You know? So some people, you get in where you fit in. I've had people come in for 1 day. I've had people come in for 2 days. I always tell people, you get what you came to get, what you needed to get. And if you get something out of it and you say, man, I want to be here for the next one, you'll make sure that you're here for the next one. Do you look into whether daylight savings was observed or not with the natal readings? Not really. I don't look into daylight savings time. I guess is that when like the clock goes back and forward, because I don't really observe their daylight savings time like that. You know, I do understand how daylight is going naturally, just with the order and of the sun ascension. And when the sun descends, like right now we're in the sun descending, because we're going into winter and the days are getting shorter and shorter. So I look at it in accordance to nature's law, but not like mankind's daylight saving time, if that makes sense. And I'm not sure about how I utilize it with the natal chart. I'm not really looking at daylight saving times when I'm doing the natal chart. Faithfully, that answers that. Peace, timeless beings. Peace. Thank you for being here. Why does it feel so heavy? Because it does. Hi, Celestial. Welcome. My namesake. My name twin. I feel this. Ashe, because it's truth. It resonates with you. You were meant to see it. You were meant to be here for such a time as this. The universe is like, some of you come across this because you're on the higher frequencies. Everybody can't find this frequency. That's why the numbers be low. That's why it be like a few people. Like, this will never be like, I shouldn't say never, because there's a time for everything, but from what I'm seeing with the way humanity is and what most people are looking for a spiritual feed. Not many people are looking, they're not going to align with me because I'm not just a spiritual feed. Like with me, it's like, you got to be ready to do the work. Like, I'm inviting people to do work. And people who just want a spiritual feed and want to spiritually bypass, really want to dig deep and cover anything, they don't resonate with me. They're not even going to know why. They don't resonate with me. This is not the frequency for them. This is the intelligence of 5D. Like, everything is in the energy. Everything is in the field. There's some people that I go around and I completely disturb them. My energy, my light disturbs them because I'm such an exposure. I'm light exposure. I'm always exposing, like, I'm that light that is always exposing the dark, just by my essence, just by my being, just by what I do in my own life, world, and affairs. So I set off a different tone in the vibratory field. Everybody is not for this. But if you feel it and you know it to be true and it holds as truth resonance for you, then I know that you're ascending onto the true timeline. Most people are on a real time reality or ideal time reality. A lot of people in the false matrix are on ideal time reality because that's the reality that created the false matrix. That ideal time. Yep. Fucked us all up, brought us all into the false matrix, and people still living by it. But people who are awakening from that, and we have different levels of the awakening. Some people are waking up, but they're not quite in true time. They've only awoken or awakened out of the ideal time false matrix to enough to enter into real time reality, but they have not entered true time reality. And there is a difference. So right now, and I'm resonating, I'm vibrating, my frequency is even higher than where it was in, when I started workshops, 2020, 2021, even 2022, like the past year, I've already pushed a couple timelines. I've done major timeline jumping. I'm like timelines away from people. I am dead to them. That's why I was saying to some of y'all right now why this energy feels so heavy. This full moon, this full moon is pulling us away from the people. But to pull us to the true people. Don't get me wrong. It's not for us to be alone and to ourselves, but it's to isolate yourself from the low vibrational people. And that is family. Some of you are literally walking away from your families, like I am. It's at a whole different level. It's not, y'all know, like in the beginning stages, in the beginning level, it's like, oh, I cut this person off. Oh, I cut that. Okay, yeah, cool. But when you get to the point where it's like, it's more than a cutoff, y'all. It's not a cutoff. It's, I transitioned. Like, I don't exist to you. That person that you knew me as in that timeline is gone. She has, you want me to write you the eulogy? Like, that's what I'm at the level right now. After this and this how you know this was a major ascension boost. And I'm not the only one. There's a lot of people like myself that is like completely ready to walk away fully from the entire family. Not just one and two people in the family. The entire family. Because why? The family is corrupted. The family has a parasitic entanglement. And they're not ready to deal with it. And some family members may not be as bad as the others, but they're still coddling them. They're still coddling their demons. They're still demon dancing, which makes it dangerous for you. Or just a non-vibrational match, which is, it messes up your ascension. How can you ascend when these people keep pulling you into the lower vibrations? Just so you could make them feel better. Just so they, you obligated to them or whatever. Like, no. It's to the point where we realize that you are messing up my starseed mission. And I didn't come here for this. I didn't come here to play with y'all in Lola Bar land. And a lot of us are recognizing that. So we're walking away from the entire family. That's it. And so it may seem ugly, but I'm not, the timeline that y'all knew me on is gone. Like that collapse. All those timelines have collapsed. And now it's time for the new birth, the rebirth into the new earth in a true way on the true timeline. And that means you're out of time with them. Huh? What? I didn't even see it that way. The day out of time that we just had was a day out of time that's saying you are out of time with them. Time is up. Look, y'all will see the video when I post it because I'm about to tell these people you didn't see the funeral? Y'all didn't? Okay, let me read you the eulogy. For me, I'm talking about for me, because I'm dead to y'all. That timeline that y'all knew me on is no more. I'm dead to y'all. I'm even dead to me. That old me, I can't I can't get her back. I can't even play like that. I can't dip back. Some of us, it's that serious. Ashe? The 9-day weeks, how do you do that? Oh, okay, I didn't see some questions were still there. What are the other 2 days called also? Um, I'm still waiting on Spirit to guide me with that on the days because, oh, I think I know how I'm gonna do it. Okay, Spirit was like, no, no, I showed you. You see, I know it's like I can't really right now because it's still in production. You know, got to take care of that baby. Like I said, we in a gestation stage. But if you look at the calendar that I have now, the days of the week are not like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I have it on there just to help people guide them through the regular timeline or whatever. But it is, and I know that's going to be harder to do with this 9-day week one. It's going to be really hard to keep people connected to um, the day of the week that it is. But, you know, we'll figure out a way. But the days of the week are the chakras. So if you look on the 5D calendar, that's why I said today is a heart third eye day. Because why? According to the full moon, we're on the heart chakra. But according to the day of the week on the 5D calendar, Wednesday is always a third eye day. Because I start the week because of how we started the this came off of how we started the 5D 2022, and that started on a Tuesday. Anybody look back in on their calendar in time, you'll see what I'm talking about. So it started on a Tuesday, and I was instructed to guide those of us who are in it to guide it through when from the crown going down, which is what I call new moon manifestation. So I was instructed to guide us in from the crown. And so Tuesday, the first day that we did it, was a crown day. And we did it for 1 week, for 7 days, all the way till the end of the week. And the 7th day ended up, of course, being on Monday, which was confirmation for a lot of us who were in there at that time, because of most of us in there were staying home on Monday. So we was like, oh, Monday's your Sabbath. Like the way is like Monday was like our Sabbath. Like I would say on Monday, I don't do nothing. That's like my Sabbath. And then somebody else in there was like, me too. I don't do nothing on Monday. So it was like a confirmation that Monday is that day of rest. Not saying that that's the way it's supposed to be, like God said it's supposed to be that way, but to help us get off of their false matrix timeline. To help you get out of the hamster wheel, we got to do the opposite of what they do. And that's how Spirit explained it to me. So on Monday, when everybody go, 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 we say no, no, no. So Monday, when everybody getting up and go to work, that's our do nothing day. We do the opposite. On Monday, people do everything. On Monday, I do nothing. I don't set appointments. Like I do my regular like house cleaning, and if Spirit tell me to do something, I do something. But I don't set appointments. Anything to do with the way of the world, doctor's appointments, or, you know, then it's like for the children and they like, oh, an appointment for Monday? No, ma'am. And I'm very strict with that. I do not make any appointments on Monday. No, ma'am, no spam, no ham. Mondays, please. Anybody have any type of arrangement? Would you like to do it Monday? Nope, I would not. I decline. Let's look at Tuesday. Right? What are the other 2 days called? So, and like I said, we'll see how that plans out because it's still in production. Let me see what else. Yes, I see that because a while ago, when I was like 20, I was looking into astrology and had written. Okay, so you were seeing something that I don't know what you were saying that to, because I done went on. My apologies, but I see you were resonating with that. My chart down. And maybe a year or so later. Oh, your chart. Okay, I looked at my astrology again and it was completely what you saw. So yeah, that's why you have to, the chart, your natal chart, that's your spiritual blueprint. Make sure those of you who have your natal chart, please know your north node and south node. I always tell people, know your north node and your south node. Know that north node and south node. Hi, Celestial. I know I'm late with the response. Y'all know I be forgetting to scroll. And the second version doesn't. Who am I? Ashe. Present. Present. Hey, little feather. I think I saw your picture up earlier. I didn't notice it was you. Welcome in. Peace, love, and light. I'm a bypasser. I will not lie to you, but I am here because I need to do the work. Ashe. Oh, you're a bypasser. Spiritual bypass. You know what? I appreciate your honesty. I appreciate that. At least you recognize, like, I'm a bypasser. I might, and that means you're not really a full bypasser. There's some things that you're willing to look into. Most of those spiritual bypassers, they ain't trying to do no work. They just like the spiritual nature of things. They just like when people give them spiritual goodies. You know, they like going into these rooms where people talking like, oh, I was gonna shuffle my cards too. I had cards I wanted to do under the full moon. I was gonna say they like going into the rooms where people shuffle cards and telling them they want to hear stuff. Like, I don't know, like everybody at their own pace. I gotta just leave it where it be. You know, with compassion for the collective, the divine says everybody at their own pace. Everybody at their own pace. What can I say? But at least you know, bypass. Stop spamming and being rude. Thank you. You see them? Do you see them? D baby. I just been ignoring him. I gotta learn. Don't worry. Next time I'm gonna have a moderator in here. I'm gonna get probably a moderator or two and block them out. I never used to have these problems. And I only got like, I'm not one of them big pages. Like, they ain't got nothing better to do. Go find somebody else. But that's how I know it's a bot. It be them bots thinking that somebody actually saying, you know, giving them attention. Nope, you gets no love. You gets no attention from me, right? Let me continue with seeing what some of y'all been saying. Oh, Pastor, I did see that. Yep. Ooh, 360 degrees. What you know about that 360 with $3.06? Yeah, you may laugh, 'cause you did not do your math. Who know about that 360? My cipher keeps rolling like a rolling stone. Or turning. Is it turning? My cipher keeps turning like a rolling stone. I was born underwater with $3.06. Yeah, you may laugh, 'cause you did not do your math. I think I need a cup of tea. The world keeps turning. Oh, what a day. What a day. What a day. Yay. They don't know about that. It's a simulation. That's that demiurge. You know what time it is, DJ. Right? The Taurus field. Yes. Well, it's Taurus. Taurus. Because when you said Taurus, I'm thinking of the sign, like, you know, Gemini, Taurus. So yeah, the Taurus field, for those who don't know about it, that's that field of information. It looks like an apple, like it goes around you, and the earth has its own Taurus field. Taurus, Taurus field. For those who might be looking and thinking he's talking about Gemini, like it's not a sign. He's not talking about a zodiac sign. He's talking about the Taurus field of energy and information. Ashe, thank you for sharing that. Isolate and insulate. Isolate to insulate. Ooh, I like that, God. Solitude. That's what a lot of us are going into right now. So a lot of us are feeling the pull and being separated, but it's an isolation to insulate. So thank you for saying that. That's what this 9-month gestation is. This 9-month gestation that we're in is for you to isolate so that you can insulate. So you can protect and keep this. I don't even like to say protect because it activates the ego, because the ego is a natural protector. So when you say protect, that's why I don't even say, oh, I got to protect my energy. I don't even say that no more, because then that give the ego a slick way to stand up. Did somebody say protect? Da-da-da-da. It'd be ready to put on the super cape. So we got to be careful, girl. Yes, you feel me? Yep. It is very heavy. I know when you said it was heavy, I know you feeling it, because this energy is pulling us. This is North node Aquarius, South node Leo, Moon in Aquarius, Sun in Leo. Like there is an evolutionary action that is happening between the nodes that is calling us more into the Aquarian age. And the Aquarius is we and Leo is me. So the opposition of the sun and the moon right now is that opposition is really calling you, is bringing us into um how do I say it? It's bringing us into the we by first extracting out the true me. Because if we're going to be a strong collective in 5D, we need a strong 5D collective. In order to be a strong 5D collective, we need a lot of ones of us that are going to be on the true timeline. And that's being brave enough to be a strong true self me. That's the Leo that we need right now. This is the Leo, this is the lion that is walking out of the Cancerian waters. Cancer that had to do with family and home and all of that. This is where Jupiter just left, right? And on today, the sun had an exact with Jupiter. So it's what we're doing is the brave lion is walking away from everything that it thought it knew in family and home life. The brave lion is saying, I'm done. I'm ready to like be on my own. But we're not really going to be alone, because the fact that you took that fate step to walk away from all of that that you thought was family, that you thought was true relations, when not, the fact that you're ready to walk away from that, the truth of the matter that you're ready to walk away from that prepares you to be a stronger me that is going to build a stronger we. North node in Aquarius. That's what this full moon, that's what we're feeling. The heaviness, it depends on how you're holding on to some things. So if it's feeling very heavy, it's because there's something that's still, there for you that you're kind of holding on to. And this moon that is actually extracting you out of that, it's feeling like a heavy pressure. Right? I'm sorry, not even me. What? Ashe, yep. Yo, YouTube is getting funny right now. I'm gonna stop looking at YouTube. Like, it's the bot serious. Like, they just talking some real serious ish right now. Rest in peace to the old me. That's what I'm talking about, God. Rest in peace to the old me. Let me send some hearts up in there. Like, I don't think a lot of people ready for that level though, God. Because I know when I said it, I was like, I know. And I had this epiphany. Literally, it was yesterday. Yeah, on the solar plexus day. That epiphany hit me and I was like, I'm ready to write my eulogy. And I feel like I just want to send that out to certain people, like, cause I don't got time to explain to you. I'm not who you thought you knew no more, and I don't care what you think of me. I know that that old me is dead. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm dead to you too. And I don't mean that in no malevolent way. I mean that in the most sincere and happiness way, because I'm so happy about my rebirth. I'm happy about the new earth. I'm happy about the part that I play in it. I'm happy that a lot of things, like, I am so happy that I detached. This liberation right here is not like no other. This is a different kind of liberation. A lot of people say they liberated, but they ain't really liberated. When you get to this particular, let me tell y'all, rest in peace to the old me. I will write the eulogy and send it out. She was a good person. She went to school. She graduated. She went to college. She opened her own business. She closed her business. She had some children. Yeah, everything that you knew about me, she did all of that. But guess what? She gone. She gone. She a whole new person now. And the person that she is now, you will not know if you're on the false side of if you're on the false matrix. If you on that other side of the timeline, you so timelines away from you cannot see me. Some of y'all that's here right now, you on a similar ascension path. You may not be exactly where I am, because some people are like, well, I'm not there yet. Like, you know, Dee Dee or one, I think who it, well, no, it was somebody else, not you, Dee Dee, but who said I'm a bypasser. I don't think I pronounced your name right, but I know it starts with an N. I just didn't pronounce it, but I know who I'm talking about. It's like, even though you know that you're learning and but you're on the path. That's the thing. You don't, everybody on different places, but my thing is, are you on the path and are you actively moving towards the ascension? Are you continuously shifting timelines? Are you intentionally clearing the densities out of your life, world, and affairs? That's where it matters. To me, those are the true ones that I'm willing to walk with. Anybody else, like everybody at different levels, I respect everybody where they at. I'm not trying to take nobody with me that can't, you know, cause they gonna drown in the deep waters. Esoteric knowledge is too esoteric for you. Like somebody here was just like, I'm going to bed. This shit crazy. Cool. Go to bed. Go to sleep, because that's what you are. You're asleep. You're not one of the ones who are awake, and that's okay. Nobody's begging for you to be awake. I know I'm not. When I come on here, I'm saying what I'm saying to speak to those who have ears to hear, those who have eyes to see and ears to hear, and who's willing to listen. I'm speaking to the 144 ascendants. I'm speaking to the willing and ready light bodies that's on the 5D ascension. I'm speaking to the Syrian star seeds. I'm speaking to the ones with Kemetic ancient blood in their bloodline, those of us who are Kemetically inclined. That's who I'm speaking to. If it's not for you, if it don't apply, let it fly and fly on by. Because I'm not trying to wake nobody up or make nobody do nothing that to do. You don't jump in a workshop, that's on you. You don't jump in a detox, or there's certain things sometimes if people listen out, there's sometimes with spirit to tell me, I need you to do this and not charge. It's not always all about charging. So, and I'm not one of them people that's running down money, because I done told y'all about my abundance already. Do you focus on that particular chakra during the day? Yes, I do. Today I was really focused on the heart and the third eye. I actually did a heart third eye combination meditation. And then I focus, like, I do stuff that's on the heart, and I just listen out for things that are into the heart chakra. There's interactive work that we do in the workshop too. So I'll say, you know, that like grounding, we do a lot of grounding when we're in the lower chakras. We go in the garden, we pull up weeds, we till the soil, because all of this stuff is like a physical ritual that bridges us to unlocking what we need to unlock in our consciousness. And believe it or not, when you do this soul work, when you do this work in the earth you too. The universe speaks to you, the sun and the moon speaks to you, the earth speaks to you. 2D consciousness is speaking to us all the time. Those are our elders in the earth. The trees. Yep, I said it. That's why we got to sit by some real wise trees and sit by the tree in a very receptive way and just sit and listen. Listen to nature. It don't mean the tree finna open up lips out of the bark and start talking to you, but the tree speaks. The earth speaks. Question is, are we listening? Yeah, my ADHD kind of makes me go different places. Yeah, those people who are ADHD, they are more 5D compatible than we believe. Dolores Cannon spoke on that. If you don't know who Dolores Cannon is, look her up. She has a lot of information on the 5D. That's one of the first people I believe that I heard speaking about 5D. That let me know I've been 5D. I was like, well, goddamn. I've been a 5D child all this time, waiting on the world to catch up. That means you're doing something right, Ashe. I know that I am. 360 degrees in the womb. And 360 degrees means 120 degrees times 3. That's the cipher that Erica Badu was talking about. 120 degrees of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. In all you're getting, get understanding. Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And understanding is the bridge between knowledge and wisdom. When you got some knowledge, you need some understanding so you can have wisdom. A lot of people in the age of the knowing getting a whole lot of knowledge and they lack wisdom. We got a bunch of know-it-alls running around just spewing all this information, data collecting and data giving, and just information. But what are you doing with it? Right? You got all this knowledge, but with a lack of understanding, you got much wisdom. You don't got 360 of the cipher. Your cipher not turning. Your cipher's stuck on 120 degrees of just knowledge. Where the understanding, where the wisdom. Leaving selfishness behind. That's right. Let it go and leave it behind. Welcome in, Yicky. Welcome in. Me to the we. Yes, that's what it's about, Ashe. Let me scroll back. It's really different. Yes. The rebirth is true freedom. Yep. I know I drowned, but I came up. That's how you know you alchemize. Every time you drown, you alchemize and you shift and you rise. You alchemize and you rise. Off work and ready to get this knowledge. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, Chase is here. Well, there's Chase, y'all. Chase Divine. Y'all give it up for Chase. Throw some hearts up in the chat. Chase is the one who opened up the workshop, y'all. Who I was telling y'all about. All it takes is one. So anybody else that may be able to tap in and get advantage of it, thank Chase. Chase Divine. Ashe. She opened the door for the workshop, because if it was up to me, I'd have been like, I'm going to sit here and mind my business and do my spiritual work and not say not a darn thing. Unless Spirit told me to come out and say something. I was about to just sit to myself and keep it to myself. Because it be something else, man. The energies, they be tripping and slipping. Let me get my cards back, y'all. I told y'all I was going to get my little cards out for the full moon. Sometimes I usually do some cards on the full moon. I usually do that to myself. I don't share it with people. And very rare, few times Spirit will be like, you know what, go ahead and share it. I've shared it before on one of my with the last full moon. I think I shared the cards. But usually I just sit to myself and do a card reading with myself, and I could see what's happening through the cards. I'd be like, oh snap, here we go. And I don't usually share it. So, B, entity, welcome in. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little card reading, card pulling. I'm going to shuffle it up. Are you a man in transition of a woman? Look, y'all tripping over here on YouTube. YouTube must really, y'all pissed off with me on YouTube, for real. Because y'all just ain't nothing, nobody of no substance over there. There's nothing but bots over there. I don't even know why I still have it open. I might just, I think I'm going to just close it out because y'all tripping. Ain't nothing of nothing. No substance on YouTube. They just botting. The things they saying, it don't even make sense. It don't even sound like people. Like, do you eat possums? Like, what? We over here having a whole 5D true time reality conversation, and they up here asking them and saying the most dumbest ish. I'm about to come out of this. I don't know if anybody on YouTube is like, y'all let me know, because if somebody of substance is not in YouTube, I'm about to close it out before doing this reading or whatever, because this ain't making no cotton picking sense. Buck is up. Buck, it's a buck moon. Go get you some. Go get you some moonlight. I hope the beams knock you out too. I've literally been trying to catch your live. Ashe, thank you, entity. Be entity. Be the entity that you are here to be. Ashe, come roll with me. Let's go. So we are in the halls of Amenti, y'all. This is a very powerful and potent moon. The halls of Amenti, comedically, is the 8-8 Lions Gateway. Are you in it? Are you in it to win it? I done shuffled them up. So let me see what I pull. Usually I kind of just shuffle until something jumps out. Be like, all right, Spirit, clear, concise messages. Clear, concise messages on what is happening with this full moon. Those of us who want to know, set your intention as well as we all come into alignment of what this full moon is pulling through and messaging through us. Like what's happening? What's the 7? If I need to do a 7-card draw, if I need to do, okay, something just jumped out and something just flipped. What y'all asking? What y'all asking? A deep breath. All right, so this just came out. A deep breath. Let me not show y'all because y'all don't care. Come on, come on. Okay, there it go. A deep breath. And this is a root chakra card. This is the higher root chakra card. So where you can take a deep breath in the highest of the physical body. So this is an answer for somebody because it jumped out right as, and this jumped out and the other card flipped. So we got a deep breath. So take a deep breath, and whatever you're doing, the breath is the bridge between the physical and the spiritual. So take that deep breath when you need to. Now this card came upside down, just like this, but I'm gonna turn it up, right side up, so you can see what it means, what it says. Right, a burst of magic, 48. This is a crown chakra card, and it's a higher crown chakra card. So we went from a root chakra card to a higher, and it definitely came upside down. So it's a burst of magic. It's where we are, is taking a deep breath. And what we're leading to and what we're going to is a burst of magic. But it's not like how we think. It's upside down. So it's like a burst of magic is coming through, but it's not the way that you think. But that mystical, magical essence that comes only through the cosmos, that's coming through. But we can't have a specificity on it. We can't have our minds tied in what that of magic is. It's upside down. It's unknown. It's coming from the ethers and the unknown. It's unknown to you. Do not tie your mind around what it should look like. That's what I'm seeing in this, with it being upside down. Don't fixate on it. Don't know. This is what we just came out of, South Node and Virgo. Don't over fixate on nothing. Right? So whatever that y'all was asking, take a deep breath in your root chakra. Take a deep breath. Be in your higher root chakra and take that deep breath so that you can have a burst of magic and not the way that you think. So get rid of your idea of what that magic should look like, what that cosmic charge should look like. Ashe. All right. Hey, XRP. They ain't got no, I'm telling you, XRP, I think they bots. It's at the point where it's like, these ain't real people. These ain't real people. These bots, they don't make no sense to even lower our vibrations to them at all. My thing is, if anybody is here that's willing to hear, like if you hear, I'll keep it there. I'll do it for you. I'll keep it there. I just wanted to know it's there because it looked full of shit, literally. Like it was a shit pool. Like I got a cesspool on YouTube. You know, maybe you should join me on TikTok. XRP, I'm on TikTok under Celestial Earth. You may want to come over there. The family is over there. We got the Starseed family over on TikTok. YouTube got some other shit going on. Completion of the rebirth. Yes, Celestial. It's a completion of the rebirth. Oh man, I gave them the address. But XRP, you could join us over there. Next time I'm gonna get something situated where we could just block them and take them out, because they that's all they do. Like I said, the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy, and they like to delay things. They like to cause confusion. Clear, concise messages. If anyone else has a question that you want to ask before I pull the 7-card draw, and whatever jumps out, that's for you. So think about what's happening with the full moon. Think of a question that's coming up, you know, for you. And let me see who this answer is going to be for. So, all right, Spirit, what you got? What you want to jump out at us right now? All right, Jay in here. Jay said just listening. Thank you, Jay, for coming through. XRP and Jay in the building. Oh, okay, what we got here? Sacred reverence. Sacred reverence. And this is another third eye, crown chakra card. All right. Spirit preparing a feast in front of the enemy. Yep. Prepare a table before my enemies. That's all. And I ain't even trying to fight them. So they are already dead. They in the old timeline. They don't know they dead. At least I know I am. RIP. That old timeline is dead. They holding on to a dead carcass. And they cannot get in. X. Thank you, entity. Entity said, and they cannot get in. X marks the spot on them. You already blocked them energetically. So the sacred space here is sacred reverence. If you notice, it's holding the earth. It has the key in the hands, right? And the hands is the heart. The hands is the heart. I remember saying that earlier about something. Something came up and I was like, ooh. The hands, and the hands is the heart. If it come back up to me, I'll make that point of reference. But the key to the earth, the key to the world, notice the hands are like the earth, is sacred reverence in the stars, sacred reverence to the stars, to the divinity. And that heart, the heart of the earth, and the key, it's like you have the heart here and you have the hands in the shape of a heart with the key. And this is crown chakra. So it's definitely about the cosmic body, letting you know that the key to the earth is going to be through the heart, through heart coherency, through hands. Hands represent the action and the doing of the heart, right? So what are you doing that is in reverence to sacredness? That's reverence to the heart. And that's the key. That reverence to the heart is the key to having sacred reverence, and that's what that is, and that's what that's saying. So somebody is thinking of that or calling that, that's what that is for you, right? Ashe, ashe, ashe all the way. Ashe, ashe. All right, so with that now, we got 3 cards drawn. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do the 7-card draw. So Spirit, we got 3 out already. Let me give this another little shuffle up before the 7-card draw and see what the 7-card draw is saying. Because usually there is a message in the 7-card draw. Ashe, ashe. Come on in. Come on in. If you're just coming in, I am Celestial Earth. I'm an energy alchemist that's preparing us for the ascension time that we're on right now within the Lion's Gate. And working with this full moon energy. I'm just pulling some cards under the full moon and seeing what is. Y'all have a blessed night. You too, user. Thank you for coming through. All right, let's see what we got. Let me pull it out. Pull them out, pull them out. Bring them out, bring them out. We have it is what it is. It is what it is, y'all. Ooh, this where okay, thank you, Moon. This where it be so sweet to me, y'all. Y'all should see when I'm pulling cards by myself. I'd be like, woo, it is what it is. So this is a root chakra card that's saying it is what it is. That's it. In the root chakra. And the first card is usually where we're coming from. It's where we were in the past 2 weeks, the past 6 months. It is where we were recently, previously. This is where we were. This is what we picked up. This is what we sensing. It's like, hey, it is what it is. Like we've been seeing what time it is. It is what it is. And guess where we are now, y'all? The divine matrix. And the card came upside down. Because we not quite there. Right? We're in the divine matrix, but not everybody's witnessing it. Not everybody's seeing it. But that's what's coming online right now. It's like we done seen. It's like we're like, man, it is what it is. And now we seeing this. This is where we at right now. Do y'all see the divine matrix? Somebody came on here and was like divine timing. Do y'all see the divine timing? Divine timing. I can't make this ish up. Another chick with your man, get the hell out of here. I was just talking about people with the cards. I'm not really one of them cards people, but I don't got nothing to explain to y'all. Cards is like a treat, like, you know, I don't got to explain nothing to you. Anyhow, I've been having Que Sera Sera in my head on repeat for days now. Yes, entity. That's what that Que Sera Sera is. It is what it is. Que Sera Sera. Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. we've been on our Hakuna Matata. We've been on our look. It is what it is. We have, which means we have acceptance. So in the recent past, we have been in acceptance, which is on the love frequency, right? It's the next highest thing to love is acceptance. Because when you accept things, anything could happen. Like, I accept it. I accept that you are full of shit. I accept that you are not respect. All of y'all here, y'all bots in here, I accept that. If I had an expectation of people to be like, expectation is the opposite of acceptance. That's the fear base. That's why I don't expect. I don't have expectation. And some people say they don't have expectations, but they do. You do. Deep, deep, deep down in the subconscious mind, there's some kind of expectation, and that's why you have a fear of something. You have fear-based thoughts because there's an expectation. You have expectations because you got fear-based thoughts. It is what it is. Que sera, sera. Right? But when you are on the love frequency in the fifth dimension, you accept everybody as they are. That does not mean you don't have healthy boundaries, though, y'all. That does not mean that we don't see what it is with who it is and set up our boundaries and be like, nah, I'm not going to go there with you. But I don't love you no less. It is what it is. I accept that that's what you're going to do. That's what Yeshua said when he told Judas, I accept. Go ahead. You're going to betray me. Go get your 30 shillings. Go get your 30 pieces of shillings. I accept that. Peter, you're going to deny me 3 times. I accept that. I don't love you no less. We still gonna have this last supper. And I know what you're gonna do. I don't have an expectation. I accept that that is who you are. That's all. Anyhow, let me keep pulling, y'all. It says 7-card draw. So let me keep pulling. Ooh, upside down. Upside down. Ooh. Boy, you turn me inside out. Round and round. Don't let me start. I'll keep going. So this is willing to release. Ooh, what did we say about the release? Somebody in here that was like, I'm having a headache. I think that was our friend N. I'm going to say N because I just remember the N in the name right now. But you know what I'm talking about. Or was it Dee Dee? I know it was somebody, one of y'all two. So willing to release is is the highest crown chakra card. Okay, what insect is that? Tick, 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 tick. Right? So, willing to release. And this third card is what's being hidden. That's why you got the headache. It's what's being hidden. You're not seeing what needs, what needs to be willing to be released. And it's upside down because what universe is saying is that it's not that you don't really see it. You kind of sense it, like you're aware of it, but for whatever reason, you're not quite putting your finger on it. You're not grabbing it. So it's kind of in your blind spot, but you're, in regards to what it is, spirit is saying that you know what it is. And this is a general collective, message for us all, right? But it kind of hits a little bit tighter with whom I'm speaking to. That headache. And then I remember I asked, well, did you do a release? Remember, that was the question. Did you do a full moon release? And there's something in that is saying, what are you willing to release? And that's why it's upside down, because what's being hidden is what needs to be released. But it's not really hidden that far. It's saying, it's like the universe is saying, you know what it is. Oh, Dee Dee said it's me. The universe is saying, you know what it is. You just don't want to see it right now. Something is preventing you from like really tapping into that, whether that be the ego that's really protecting a very serious wound around it, or it may be that it's connected to somebody and you don't want to see it. You don't want to believe it. Are you obligated to somebody and you don't want to break that obligation? Like there's a couple of reasons why, but the universe is saying, you know what it is, don't you? Don't you? Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? I don't know. That song just came out, and what I'm hearing in the message of that song, man, song's got a funny way, is girlfriend. I'm thinking that feminine energy. That feminine energy that's sitting in the subconscious mind. So it's like, it's kind of playing with like, don't you wish your girlfriend was hot? Like, it's kind of like saying, do you see what I see? Do you see what I see? I started singing the same song, don't you? Right? I couldn't help it. Don't you? You know what it is, don't you? Don't you wish your girlfriend is like, you see what I see? Let's get it. All right. Fourth card. The fourth card is shining through. Ooh, and this is a throat chakra card. This is one of my favorite throat chakra cards. Shining through. I have a feeling that lion card finna pop up. I don't know where it's gonna pop up, but it's somewhere in this deck. And it's like, I've been hearing the awakening lion. I've been saying it a lot lately too. The awakening lion. It's even in my title. The title of what I was going to share on YouTube about the full moon is something to do with waking lion of the true self. But anyhow, y'all heard me say it. I feel that lion coming through. So somewhere it might get pulled up or dropped out. All right. So shining through, it's a throat chakra card. And so this is the obstacle. Ooh. Speak to it. Let me tell y'all why. I ain't even tell y'all about the chakra infusions. I kind of mentioned it when I said that today is the heart third eye day, right? And so in this chakra infusion, we have a strong focus on the throat chakra in this full moon workshop, right? There's a tight focus, and I'm sharing this with anybody, whoever this is meant to go to. Like, quick pause before I continue to explain this. Complain. Why am I saying complain? Is it a complaint? Maybe it's a complaint for somebody. I don't know. Anyhow, the chakra infusion, what it's speaking to us to work on, the root and the sacral had a tight flip. These were the first 2 days. The first 2 days of the workshop, we had a root sacral, and then we had a sacral root on the flip. So there's a tight flip with that, right? So I'm just sharing that so y'all know whenever there's a tight flip, it's showing to me that this is where we need to do the bulk of our work. This is what is really needed right now in the lower chakras. It's between the root and the sacral. Help us get through what we need to get through, which means there's something in our physical body and our emotional body. Right, we need to work on the things in the root chakra, like our finances and possessions, like the material things like that, like changing your value system and your understanding, and understanding that you're in the abundance of the earth, and so feeling safe in your root chakra, so that it can pour into supporting your sacral in the emotional body, so that you can listen to instructions. And then on the flip, listening to instructions, being able to allow your feelings to show you what's happening, so that it can pour into the strength of your safety in your root chakra. That's kind of what's happening in the tight flip, right? Now, as we go into upper chakras, there's a strong focus concentration on the throat chakra, because tomorrow is a throat day. It's a throat chakra by the full moon, and on the calendar, every Thursday is a throat day. It's a throat chakra day. So it's a throat day. So that means there is a focus. That means this is what's needed. This is what this full moon window right here wants us to really, this is what's coming up right now. And I want to speak so much about this throat chakra, even in regards to, and I'm just saying this right now, I'll do a different one about it later, even in regards to the Nolan Wells situation. There's something that the demonic entities and the demonic coven is doing, why there was a ritual where they held and why they kept his throat, right? Because if anyone had heard about that, you know, I don't really watch much about it because I know it's a major distraction, and they're harvesting people through grief, and they're creating division with the whole black, white, this and that. It's a sacrifice. It's something way bigger than that. We'll talk about that, stories for another day. But there's something that ties into the throat. Ultimately, what the parasitic energy and the demonic entanglement, the demiurge, all of that, the archons, what they're trying to do now is they're trying to bind our expressions by bonding the illusion. So they're doing things to bond the illusion, whatever that may be, in your families, in the world, with this Nolan Wells sacrifice, in keeping his throat. The throat is the expression. Ultimately, they're trying to bond their illusion because they want to bind our throat chakras. They want to bind us from expressing. And I'm not just talking about speaking. Expression is about the doing. They want to bind us from what we're doing. They want to bind the fifth dimension, but they can't. And they know they can't. But they want to distract many, and they want to block a lot of us from stepping into the fifth dimension, because the fifth dimension is the expression of creation in time. The fifth dimension is where the energy and everything is just in the atmosphere of it all. The throat chakra represents the atmospheric body. So this is a major, like when I say, I can't make this up, and this is an obstacle. This card coming out as the fourth card is an obstacle, right? What's being hidden is willing to release. And because we're not willing to release something that needs to be released, the obstacle is that the expression, we're not shining through. We're not authenticating the vibratory field. And when we begin to raise the vibrations and authenticate the vibratory field, we block them from sowing seeds of inauthenticity. That's why they want to bind our expression, so they can bond their illusion. For them to bond their illusion, they have to continue to sow seeds of inauthenticity, the false matrix, the ideal timeline reality. So this is an obstacle that a lot of us are facing right now because of having the blind spots of not being willing to release what we need to release. And we see exactly what it is. We know what we need to release, But we playing around out here. Some of us playing around out here in these spiritual streets, right? The fifth card came out upside down again. Upside down. But it is a card that says roots of abundance. Roots of abundance, right? Ain't that something, y'all? For those of you who were here with me earlier, what were we talking about with abundance? Remember what I said about abundance, about the law of reciprocity and things like that? So this is a helper card. This card is what is going to help, and it's a root chakra card. So what is going to help us is in the root, have roots be rooted in abundance. What's going to help us is by us knowing that no matter how much lack we see, this is what we talked about for those of you who were on here earlier. No matter how much whatever you don't see with these two eyes, be rooted in abundance. And it came upside down because it's not the way that you think. It's not money, 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 money. But the way we have relationships with money has something to do with this. But this is not all about money when we're talking about abundance. We're talking about knowing that everything that you need is in the abundance of the earth. So stop relying on the system. Stop relying on the false matrix. So what's going to help you is when you are aware of the true roots of abundance. The roots, do you see these roots? Do you see the sparkle? Do you see the cosmicness of it? Because you know what's in those roots? The cosmic injection from the ethers goes into the earth, and we extract that information up through our what? Roots. Between our earth chakra, which is below the root chakra. A lot of people don't talk about that. Right? You got a soul star chakra over your head, and you got a earth chakra beneath you. That earth chakra is like your umbilical cord. Always connected to the earth. No matter where you go, that earth chakra is always with you. Right? And so when cosmic injections go into the earth, this is why it's important that we ground. That we, just like the trees, they got these roots in the earth. Look how big those roots are. Some of these trees got some big roots underground and you can't even see it. You got some big roots underground that you can't see. And it's pulling up the abundance of the earth, the dormant codes that are being cosmically injected. Come on now, I can't make this up, y'all. I cannot make this up. So why it's upside down is because this is a card that is going to help us, but it's not the way that we think. We can't be thinking human mind abundance. We can't be thinking lower level abundance. We can't be thinking just surface level. Let me put it that way. It's not just surface level abundance. This is understanding the abundance that is in the earth, your abundant light codes that knows that you're the seed of pure potentiality. When you remember that you are the seed of pure potentiality, you have the potential to bring about anything that you want or need. Abundance of the roots, or roots of abundance. So what am I saying? This is the helper card. This is what is going to help us through that obstacle, right? Now I don't even remember which way I was holding it. Bearing fruit. Bearing fruit. Now we just saw the abundance card, right? This one is now a sacral chakra card. And it came upside down as well. It's called bearing fruit. This is what we need to do. This is the action card. What needs to be done? Bearing fruit. We need to be this abundant tree. Look at how it goes, y'all. I can't make this up. What is going to help us is the roots of abundance. When we understand the roots of abundance that is really there for us and we extract those codes, we need to be bearing fruit. So what is that saying? When we get the information, when we get the instructions, what are you doing with it? I said this earlier, y'all. What is the accountability? What are we doing with it? Abundance. This is the action step. We need to be bearing fruit, y'all. Some of us are barren. Some of us are just collecting information yet bear no fruit. This is the shadow of the Aquarian age. This is where a lot of people are going to fall into the shadows of the Aquarian age, falling in those collapsing timelines, because you're getting all this information, but you're not bearing fruit. You are barren, filled with information, yet barren. So what is going to help us is we need to put it into action. We need to have accountability. We need to set healthy boundaries. We got to be doing something different to bear fruit for this true timeline. I can't make it up. Let's go, let's go. Ashe, ashe. Hello, hello. The veins and yes, the veins and nerves in our body are like roots. And our whole nervous system is calibrating to these light codes and these frequencies. It has to translate this information. Right? So yes, the veins and nerves in our bodies are like those roots in the trees that they go deep down in the earth and they extract up everything, and that's how it moves through our body. Nerves, the nervous system. Ashe. A merry move. And that's the 7th card. So this is going to be the outcome. This is a solar plexus card, which is close to the lion card. I told y'all I was feeling the lion card. The lion card is a solar plexus card. So this is a solar plexus card that is saying a merry motive. Y'all see that? Merry motive. So if we do all of this, this is going to be the outcome. The outcome is dependent on how we do what we're supposed to do. Right? We see what time it is. And the merry motive is where we want to be. In our solar plexus, we're going to be able to have true motives, right? The merry motive is being true to our identity. What is your identity saying? We're going to be able to move according to our authentic design, walking in our authentic authority, and having merry motives in what we do. And we need this for the True Timeline Collective. We need to have merry motives in what we're doing, because this is why a lot of things are going the way it's going. People are not walking in integrity. Merry motives means that you're walking in integrity according to the truth of who you are in your identity body. Are your motives merry? And this is what's going to help us in the next part of this ascension. So I can't make this up. Faithfully, this card reading was eye-opening for you all, or helpful in some way, shape, or form. I know it showed me something. I told you I'd be like, woo, look at that. So quick review for those who weren't here. Right? The first one is, it is what it is. The first card is where we've been. I'm showing you the review so we know what we got to do. This is where we've been. We've been seeing it. It is what it is. Que sera, sera, Hakuna Matata. And the second card is where we are right now, the Divine Matrix, but upside down. Upside down, boy, you turn me. Because we not all the way there. We not all the way live. But we there. But we're not seeing what the true Divine Matrix is. But it's here. We on the brink of it. But what's being hidden, let me remind you, willing to release. There's something we're not willing to release, but we see what it is. So even though it's hidden, it's not really that hidden. That's why it's upside down. Get on your grind, do what you got to do. Right? And because of that, the obstacle is we're not able to shine through in the throat chakra. We're not shining our expression through. You see how that light beaming? We're supposed to be beaming like that through the throat chakra. We're supposed to be temples that got a strong light beam coming up out of our pyramid. You are the rising pyramid temples. So this is the obstacle that we're having. We need to shine that light. Remember what I said about the full moon. It's a throat day. So emphasis on the throat, emphasis on expression. Some of you need to say what needs to be said and stop pussyfooting around some of these family members and friends and boss at work or whoever. Say it. Say it and let the chips fall where they're made. They don't got to believe you. They don't got to understand you. They don't got to respect you. It's time for us to stop waiting and giving a good goddamn, because it is what it is. K Sarah Sarah. You already know what it is. So who gives a good goddamn? Say what you need to say, because it's bigger than just something that you need to say. It's cutting through the vibratory field. It's breaking up the inauthenticities on the vibratory field. And whether they change their life or not, it doesn't matter. It needs to be said. And I'm emphasizing that because this is where we all rise up. That obstacle of shining through, that's the shine that we need to be doing. Say what needs to be said without any care, without any concern. They don't got to believe you. Listen, I don't care, because I'm dead to you right now. So I'm speaking to you from the grave. If you got to talk to them like that, hey, consider me, I'm a ghost to you. Nothing personal, but I'm speaking to you from the dead. I'm on my deathbed. And these are the last words that I'm saying to you in this part of my timeline. And then I'm out. You can pick up my eulogy somewhere on. I'll send you a copy of my eulogy. I'm dead to you, but you're gonna hear this first, because you sowed enough seeds of inauthenticity around the vibratory field that I walk in and what I step in, and I'm not carrying that no more. You spoke a mouthful of truthfulness to the power of 3, especially in this portal of time. Ashe, you see what time it is. Thank you for the gifts. I gotta emphasize that throat chakra, y'all. We gotta do the work. Say what needs to be said. Say what you need to say. Express what you need to express, and let that energy, it's not about the people, y'all. Let that entity that's using them, let that entity that is utilizing their body know that you see it. I see you. Sit your ass down. I see you, entity. It's nothing personal. Remember, we got to depersonalize. This ain't personal, because those that's coming up against you, those that you need to speak to, they're unconscious. They sleepwalking. They unconsciously, that's called unconscious behavior. They are not consciously aware of what they're doing. But you who see, who know better, do better. And you got to call that shit out. You got to call it out. I don't care if they don't understand it. Shine through. Express yourself, or have a healthy boundary, and let that boundary be the thing that calls them out. Let your boundary say it for you. If you don't say it audibly, let your boundary say it. Please and thank you. Extremely helpful. A complete recap of where we're at and where we're going. Yep. So let me finish the recap, because I could go in on that throat chakra, because I'm telling y'all that throat is the highlight of this full moon. It is the focal point of what we need to break through. Open up your chalice, open up your expression, because your throats have been binded. Your handlers in your bloodline has been doing everything to block your throat chakra. That's why some of y'all been messed up in the family like that. They've been working on us. They've been tying up our throats. They've been chopping us in our trachea. What was missing from Nolan Wells? The trachea. Anyhow, I told y'all there's a deeper meaning to that. There's a bigger demonic coven that's doing some shit with that. Anyway, so as I said, y'all gotta see with me, because I went off on that. So it is what it is. That's where we coming from. This where we at, divine matrix. This what's being hidden, willing to release. And this is what the obstacle is. The expression shining through. Now what's going to help you is the roots of abundance. And not in the way that you think, but roots of abundance. Not surface level abundance. And the action step that needs to be taken, bearing fruit. Okay, doing what needs to be done according to those roots of abundance and the information you've been getting. Now do something about it, bear some fruit, and stop being barren in this knowledge out here. And then the outcome is this: if you do what needs to be done, the outcome is not just going to happen all willy-nilly. If you do what needs to be done, pay attention to what's hidden, go back to what's hidden and uncover that shit. That's where it starts. So if you're going to ask me, where do I start with what you've been shared with? Start with what is hidden. Go back to that and uncover that so that you can release the block on the obstacle so that it can flow. Right? There goes my light. And then it would allow you to use the helper card, and then you'll be able to do what you need to do so that then you can have the outcome. This is what I love about these cards when I pull them like that. I love my 7-card draw because it'd be like a whole conversation. It'd be a whole sentence of, it's a lineup. It'd be a whole lineup of what needs to happen. Y'all better listen and take heed. And this is not just truth. It's the absolute Ashe entity. You know what time it is. Come on through. This is the truth. I speak nothing but the truth. Nothing but the truth, because I stand on principles of truth. So nothing but the truth. If it ain't the truth, I don't need it. So I'm going to take that light going out as time. I did my part. I shared with y'all what I could share. And that's it right there. All right, I'm going to see if I could post this other video about the full moon and then just relax for the rest of the evening. I had time to come back on because the workshop ended a little bit earlier. So I had time to share that with y'all. And like I said, if you want to donate to the cause too, you can donate also using my email, akilatextry@gmail.com. If any of this has resonated with you and you want to donate to the cause, because everything helps keeping me do what I can do, what I can have time to do. Everything that I do to have this information for you. I said do. All right, just had a thought. Let me see what you said. Any questions, any comments? Just had a thought. I've been here before. You sure have. You just had a deja vu moment. Is that what you mean, Dee Dee? Like deja vu, I've seen it before. I've been here before. Or you just saying, I've been on this planet before. Either way, it's true. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Please tag me, notify me when you speak on Nolan Wells if you can. Yeah, because I've been holding out on that. Like Spirit was telling me not to right away. Like it was flooding my timeline. It was like something was saying don't. And then I had confirmation from another person who reads certain things, and she was like, she kind of just been sitting on it, and it was confirmation that it was like, okay, I know it's not just me. That's how you know the true ones, because some people just jump on because it's clickbait. And when I speak about him, I don't even want to label it that. Like something is saying, don't label it his name. I don't want to use his name like clickbait, like I'm trying to know. But there's something very important in the message of what happened with him. And I've been seeing it since then, and it's kind of been unraveling. And it has to do with some of the stuff that I shared with you now. It's deeper than we think. It's not just about a young black boy that lost his life. And I actually had a vision message about it. Was it earlier today? Yeah, earlier this morning while I was doing one of my meditations. And I fell into a vision, and it had to do with a girl and some boys like roughhousing in the water. And it was like them looking like Nolan and them, like their age group. So we gonna talk about it though. I'll let you know. I don't know how to notify. Let me see. B entity. Okay, I can message you. All right, let me make sure I write that down, because I would say yeah, but I'll forget. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie, Craig. I ain't gonna lie. So I'm going to write it down because I will forget. I will notify you. I don't really go around notifying much people. I used to do that with Facebook. You used to could like send everybody something when you go in live. Like, ooh, check this person, and then go live. I don't know how to do that on TikTok. But